Today I will present the article information and introduction. The title of our article is Working Capital Management and Firm Performance, a comparative analysis of developed and emerging economies. It was written by Halil Kima Samina Haku and Hamid Abid Choudhury and published in Borsa Istanbul, review in 2024. Now let me explain the background of this study. Working capital management or WCM refer to the management of companies' short-term asset and liabilities. The main components include cash, inventory, accounts receivable and account payable. Effective working capital management help to improve a company's liquidity, profitability and daily operation. However, poor working capital management can lead to a cash flow problem and negatively affect overall business performance. The article compares how companies in developed and emerging economies manage their working capital using the cash conversion cycle, also known as the CCC. Next, the purpose of this review is to article objective, methodology, finding the conclusion. It also evaluates the relationship between working capital management and firm performance. Lastly, it explains why effective working capital management is important in supporting liquidity and making better short-term finance.
My name is Hashika, and this study examines the relationship between working capital management and firm performance in developed and emerging economies. The researchers uses secondary data from listed companies and analyzes the data using panel regression analysis. The finding shows that efficient working capital management can improve firm performance, especially when companies maintain a shorter cash conversion cycle. In conclusion, companies should choose suitable working capital strategy based on their business environment to improve their profitability and achieve long-term growth. So this is all from me. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Brian Analaki Saranan. My metric number is JB2409312333. Next, I will present the overall evolution of this research article. The study has several strengths. It compares firms from both developed and emerging economies, providing a broader perspective on working capital management. The researchers also used a large data set and appropriate statistical methods, making the findings reliable and credible. However, the study has some limitations. It relies only on secondary financial data and does not include managers' perspectives. In addition, differences in accounting practices and economic conditions across countries may affect the results. In terms of methodology, the research is well organized and uses suitable panel data analysis. It also considers important factors such as firm size and leverage, which improves the reliability of the findings. The conclusions are supported by strong evidence and show that effective working capital management can improve firm performance. Overall, despite some limitations, this is a reliable and valuable research article that provides useful insights for researchers, managers, and businesses. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Tanisha and I'll be covering application to Cloud3, linking our chosen 2024 article by Kuimas, Huck, and Chandri to working capital management and short-term financing decision. First, regarding working capital management, the study confirmed that shortening the overall cash conversion cycle boosts firm profitability by preventing valuable liquid funds from being trapped in operation. However, the author highlight a key economic difference. While firms in developed markets can afford large inventory safety buffer due to stable supply chain, firms in emerging economic face sharp profitability drop when inventory, customer collection, or supplier payment cycle become overly delayed. Second, when it comes to short-term financing decision, the research offer a strong warning about spontaneous trade credit. Extending account payable is often treated as free financing, but the study showed that overstretching supplier payment in emerging market actually damage profitability. Firms lose out on prompt payment, discount, and strain vital vendor relationship. On the top of that, in market with volatility interest rate and high inflation, heavy reliance on short-term debt expose company to severe refinancing and rollover risk. Finally, looking at implication for business practice. Financial managers should take three concrete actions. First, adopt context-aware inventory tools like the economic order quantity (EOQ) model to keep inventory lean in volatile market. Second, enforce strict credit collection policies to shorten DSO and protect cash inflows. And third, use dynamic cash budgeting to align short-term debt maturities with actual cash flow cycle, ensuring spontaneous trade credit is managed strategically rather than used as emergency funding. Thank you.
Hi, to bring everything together, let's look at our core strategic conclusion and executive actions based on our working capital analysis. We have broken this down into three key takeaways that financial leaders must focus on, which is point number one, CCC optimizations. First, CCC optimizations as shown by the classic formula, CCC equals to DIO plus DCO minus DPO. The ultimate goal is to shorten the overall cash cycle by balancing our days inventory outstanding, days sales outstanding, and days payable outstandings. We unlock vital internal operating cash flows. Accelerating this cycle directly drives return on equity (ROE) gains by reducing our dependence on expensive external financing. Second point, strategic balance. Second, we need strategic balance because one size fits all policy simply does not work across different economics environment. While aggressive lean inventory policies like just in time work well in stable development markets, operating in emerging markets require a different approach. In volatile microeconomics environments, maintaining resilient liquidity buffers and stock reserve is far more important than pushing theoretical lean inventory perfection that could leave us vulnerable to supply chain shocks. Third point, CFO action plan. Finally, here is the concrete CFO action plan to execute these insights. First, digitize supply chain visibility to track inventory bottlenecks in real time. Second, establish dynamic supplier payment terms to protect cash flow without damaging critical supplier relationships. Third, automate receivables collection to drastically reduce DCO and minimize bad debt risk. Fourth, implement active macroeconomics hedging to safeguard operating cash flow against interest rate and inflation volatility. By taking these 4 action steps, finance teams can optimize short-term liquidity while securing sustainable long-term profitability. Thank you.